when
Absolutely.
the government moved to announce its intentions to recognise Palestine a couple of days ago, you tweeted on X that how about we unrecognise Israel? Isn't that a little bit unfair, given Israel is the only homeland of the Jewish people and history has taught us what happens when they don't have a state? Do you truly believe Israel shouldn't exist at all?
Well, I think no state has a right to exist. I think people have a right to exist. So, yeah, I think that's uncontroversial that we should unrecognise a state, an ethno-state, an apartheid ethno-state that is committing a genocide on Palestinian people.
But you support recognising Palestine.
Well, kind
No?
of. I think it's a cowardly move by Albanese to recognise the rubble that he helped create. And while he does that, while he recognises Palestine, still supplies and arms Israel to help bomb the Palestinians. I don't think that's going to help the Palestinian people whatsoever.
Do you think having Hamas running Gaza will help the Palestinian people?
Well, I don't think that's relevant to the people that are being killed by the state of Israel. I don't think who runs the people being killed is the relevant question here.
But why did this war start?
Why do you think it started?
Because on October 7, thousands of Hamas terrorists and Palestinians raided Israel, broke into the country through multiple places by air, by land, by sea, massacred hundreds of young people at a music festival, took 250...
I think it was actually the IDF that massacred them under the Hannibal Directive. But this started in 1948.
So do you deny the atrocities of October 7?
1948. That's not up for debate.
So you just said you actually think Hamas didn't kill civilians, it was the IDF? Is that what you're claiming?
The IDF killed a significantly higher proportion of Israeli civilians than Hamas did on October 7. That's incontroversial.
That is so false. Let me ask you this. Do you consider Hamas a terrorist organization?
I think that's not relevant.
How is that not relevant? That is the fundamental point. As long as you have a terrorist organization controlling Gaza, they will wage endless wars against Israel, massacring civilians. They have said they will commit October 7 as many times as is required to annihilate the state of Israel and, by extension, the Jewish people. If you can't see that that is the definition of terrorism and the biggest barrier in the path to peace in the Middle East, then I don't know what planet you're living on.
All right. Let me ask you a question. Are you familiar with Nelson Mandela?
Of course.
Okay. Well, I'm going to use his words to kind of answer your question here. But Nelson Mandela said, and this is true, that if you have a problem with the means that the oppressed use to resist their oppressor, they're determined by the oppressor. So if you have a problem with the means used to resist the oppressor, then you should condemn and you should criticize the oppressor for getting rid of all means of resistance except violence. That's the only means that the Palestinians have to resist their genocidal oppressors. And if you have a problem with that, then your condemnation should lie with the oppressor.
What I have a problem with is the murder of innocent civilians on October 7th.
I have a problem with that too. And you know who's doing that?
They're Jewish. Israel is acting in self-defense,
Israel is the one who's sending the Apache helicopters to kill all those people.
To protect civilians. If you don't see October 7 as terrorism, then I don't even know what to say to you. And ultimately, this war could have been ended. All these civilian lives could have been saved if Hamas had laid down its weapons and given back the hostages and committed to building Gaza without
Hamas
radicalism.
Has literally offered at least 4 times to return all of the hostages, and Israel has said no every single time.
That is plainly false.
This is counterfactual. I don't know where you're getting this from.
Look, thank you so much, Jordan. We're out of time now. Thank you for coming on this show. We really appreciate your time. Have a good evening.
Thanks for having me.